Hey y'all, it's Saturday and it is time for our weekend video. I am unsure what Danny has going on this weekend. I don't think he has any big plans, but you always have something to do. He will definitely be doing something. Maybe I can get some footage of that. I'll do my best. I know that a good portion of my weekend is going to be spent in the kitchen canning peanuts. I started on them yesterday. It's a process. You have to wash them and get your jars ready and all that stuff. So by last night, I had managed to can one pot, but I also cooked the pot for us to eat. And I have another pot that's ready now. And I'm just going to keep doing that throughout today and tomorrow. I did make a video of how we pressure can peanuts just to eat now. And I'm also going to have a video of the canning process, the way that we do it. Okay, well, I'm going to keep working on this and we'll see what else we have going on this weekend. Stick around. Glad you're here.
So I decided to clean out behind the shed. Had a lot of brush and grown up trees and stuff, vines and everything. It's quite the task. Started off with the bush hogging it and then got in there with a backhoe and dug everything up, cleared it out. Later on, we got in there with a tractor and disced it up and raked it out and got everything out of the way. Might add on something to it later on, not sure, but we'll see.
Okay, so I am still working the peanuts. Of course, in between, I've been doing other stuff. I just set that for 50 more minutes. I have done 1, 2, 3. This is my 4th load today. So I should be able to get one more done today, possibly 2. We'll see. But in the meantime, I needed more cottage cheese. So I've had it here draining, and I'm going to get it out in bags and get it in containers. And I started this, I don't know, within the last month probably. I did do a video whenever I first tried to do it, and it turned out so good. This is the 4th time I've done it, and I don't plan on buying cottage cheese again. So if you're interested in seeing how to make it, it's a really simple process. I have that video the first time I did it. I'm going to do another one now that I kind of sort of know what I'm doing. But anyway, and what I'll do is I will freeze these, and I just take them out whenever I need them. I leave one in the refrigerator and put the rest of these in the freezer, and that works for me. That's it. I'll just stick these in the freezer. I will mark them with the date and what's inside of it, because I might have cottage cheese containers in my freezer that has something in it besides cottage cheese. And I did that wrong. Not that wrong, but I forgot salt. So here we are. We will dump them back out and we will add salt. I'm just glad I did think about it, or I would be like, oh my goodness, this cottage cheese isn't any good. What in the world? Because salt, gotta have the salt in it. So yeah, we'll just mix the salt up. I knew I put it in a bowl for some reason. Ooh, peanut prison is getting to me. It's about 5 o'clock, so the brain cells just aren't working like they do earlier in the day. And then I'll just repeat, and then I will go put it in the freezer. And that, my friends, is real life. Sometimes you forget the salt and you just have to dump it all out and add it in. It's fine. I'm just so glad I caught it before I froze it. It doesn't always work out like that. Hey y'all, I have been so busy with these peanuts and other things that I had to do today. I had to get Danny's breakfast and lunch ready. I've got scuffenines that I'm getting the juice out of. I got my bread rising in the oven. Cornbread sitting in the oven until I bake my bread. So anyway, you know, just whatever. Just tons of stuff going on. Super busy. And I knew they were going to pick the peanuts, but I didn't think about getting it on camera. And actually hadn't thought about turning the camera on today. So that's what I have going on in here. And they are outside finishing up picking the peanuts. When you see it, it won't be hardly anything left, but they're putting it on a trailer, putting them under the tree, and they're going to pick them off. Okay, while I'm waiting on my pot of peanuts, I'm going to mince my garlic and freeze it. And this is garlic that we grew. We're just starting to peel some of it and process some of it. I like to freeze it so I have it on hand when I need it. And maybe I don't want to, peel any garlic. Then I just pop one of these little things out. So anyway, I'm just cutting off any spots that look brown or something that I don't want to eat. Okay, then I have these little silicone tray things. And there we go. Almost had enough for the whole thing. And I put it in a Ziploc bag, freezer bag, simply because, hello, garlic is very smelly. So I don't want it to smell up my freezer. But once it's frozen, I will pop them out and put them in a smaller bag and leave them in my freezer. And I might double that bag because it'll be in there for a while. I don't want the garlic smell to get out and all in my freezer. I think my bread has risen enough. Sometimes I'll let it rise more. It's different every time for me. We're just trying to get some bread for the week, okay? I don't have an exact science like some people, and that is okay for us. I'm gonna wash these dishes up and wait on my bread. What else? Oh, I have this think you can see it. This is the scuffing juice. I'm going to bag that up and get it in the freezer. And then I think I'm going to be done in the kitchen for right now. Maybe I can get some outside time. I feel like I need it. Had a weekend in the kitchen. I mean, I've been out some, but not enough. By the time I made it out, they had pulled up most of the peanuts. You can't hardly tell because there's so many weeds in this patch. We tried to pull them up early on, but it just pulled the plants up as well. So we just said, whatever. This is our first year. We're learning. And they're pulling some off the vine over there under the tree. And Danny is just finishing up getting what he can out the garden. After trying to pull some of the weeds up by hand, that didn't really work that great. So he just decided he's going to cut them with the lawnmower and come back in with the tiller and the rake later. The weeds were really super thick. We cannot remember a time that we let the weeds grow up in anything the way they did in these peanuts. But like I said, learning process. Next year, we'll do better with these. Well, y'all, that's it for us this weekend. If you hadn't subscribed, consider subscribing. We really would like to grow here on YouTube, but we can't do that without y'all. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see y'all next time.